Good day, everyone. We are Group 2, and today we will be presenting on the history and development of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service. Our presentation will examine how the prison service evolved over time, the purpose and role it plays in national security, the major challenges it currently faces, and recommendations for improving its effectiveness as a public sector organization. This topic is particularly important because the prison system directly affects public safety, rehabilitation, and public trust in the justice system.
The organization selected for this project is the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service. The TTPRS is a critical arm of the national security framework and operates alongside agencies such as the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and the Defense Force. Its role goes beyond simply incarcerating offenders. The prison service has a dual mandate. First, it must securely house and manage offenders. Secondly, it is responsible for rehabilitating them so they can be successfully reintegrated into society. Because of the dual role, the TTPRS must balance strict security with humane treatment and ethical decision making.
Our group selected the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service for several reasons. First, it is one of the most complex public sector organizations due to the high-risk environment in which it operates. Decisions made within the prison system directly affect staff, safety, inmate welfare, and national security. Second, the TTPRS provides a strong case study for public sector management concepts such as leadership, organizational culture, accountability, ethics, and performance management. Finally, the prison service is currently undergoing modernization and reform. This makes it an ideal organization for evaluating challenges, reforms, and opportunities for improved effectiveness within the public sector.
The history of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service dates back to the colonial era. The first prison was established in 1592 in St. Joseph during the Spanish rule. When the capital was moved to Port of Spain, a new prison known as the Royal Gold was built in 1812. During this period, prisons were designed primarily for punishment and deterrence. There was little emphasis on rehabilitation or human rights. Inmates were often subjected to hard labor, harsh discipline, and poor living conditions. This early approach reflected colonial priorities, which focus on control rather than reform. Carrera Island Prison was established in 1877 to house high-risk and long-term offenders. It emphasized isolation and strict discipline. Later, the Young Offenders Institute was introduced in 1926, marking one of the earliest signs of rehabilitation for juveniles was being recognized as important. Golden Grove Prison, established in 1947, introduced agricultural labor and vocational training. This showed gradual shift toward rehabilitation and skill development.
Legislative reform and independence. After independence, the philosophy of the prison system began to change more significantly. The Prison Service Act, Chapter 1302, enacted in 1965, formally established the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service as a national institution. The legislation shifted the focus from pure punishment to a balance between custody and rehabilitation. It also introduced structured programs such as education, vocational training, and social work services. This marked a major turning point in the development of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service. Modern developments. In recent decades, the prison service has undergone major infrastructural and operational changes. New facilities, such as the maximum security prison, the Raymond Yard prison, the Women's Prison Complex, and the Eastern Correctional and Rehabilitation Center were developed. These facilities were designed to improve security, address overcrowding, and offer more targeted rehabilitation programs. Modern correctional philosophy now emphasizes custody, control, care, and rehabilitation as equally more important responsibilities.
The vision of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service is to reduce reoffending while maintaining control under safe, secure, and humane conditions. Its mission is to protect society by securely managing offenders and rehabilitating them for reintegration. The prison service operates on a philosophy that seeks to balance authority with fairness, discipline with dignity, and security with rehabilitation. This philosophy aligns with modern public sector values and international correctional standards.
The purpose of the TTPRS extends beyond incarceration. It aims to protect the public, rehabilitate offenders, reduce recidivism, promote ethical behavior among staff, and maintain public trust. By fulfilling these responsibilities, the prison service contributes to social stability and national development.
One of the major operational problems, trafficking. One of the most serious challenges facing the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service, or the TTPRS today, is contraband trafficking. Illegal items such as drugs, weapons, and mobile phones enter prisons through visitors, drones, and sometimes compromised officers. Trafficking undermines institutional control, increases violence, strengthens gang influence, and weakens rehabilitation efforts. It also damages public trust and staff morale. The effects of trafficking. The effects of trafficking are far reaching. It increases corruption, endangers both staff and inmates, and creates a culture of fear and silence. When trafficking becomes normalized, it weakens authority and erodes ethical standards within the organization.
Reform initiatives undertaken. To address these issues, the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service has implemented several reform initiatives. These include anti-trafficking legislation, the use of body scanners, expanded CCTV surveillance, interagency intelligence sharing that operates, rehabilitation programs, and staff training have also been strengthened to support long-term reform. Impact of reforms. These reforms have led to increased detection of contraband and improved accountability. However, challenges remain, including overcrowding, staff shortages, equipment maintenance, and bureaucratic delays. This also shows that reform is ongoing and requires continued commitment.
Despite progress, several organizational problems persist. These include weak strategic planning, insufficient training, limited performance monitoring, poor communication, and lack of continuity in reforms. These issues reduce efficiency and weaken organizational effectiveness. To address these challenges, we recommend strengthening leadership and ethical management, improving training and staff development, and investing in modern technology. We also recommended implementing a strong monitoring evaluation system to track performance, assess impact, and support evidence-based decision making. Finally, fostering an ethical organizational culture is essential for long-term success.
In conclusion, the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service plays a vital role in national security and rehabilitation. While significant progress has been made, ongoing reform is necessary to address operational and ethical challenges. Through strong leadership, ethical management, accountability, and continuous improvement, the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service can become a more effective, humane, and trusted public institution. I thank you for listening.